Well, I've added the nutrients to this one, and it's got quite a tilt on it now. Yeah, it's whether we're going to see any of that moisture come back over time if I leave it for 24 hours. Otherwise, it's going to be hard to flush through, sort of thing. But yeah. So whether this one's going to be difficult to flush through, I don't know. Oh, it looks like it's going to go. Yeah. Until I was a bit doubtful until I suddenly realised, oh yes, I've got to remember to wet the brick. You've got to wet the brick, it helps it flow through, sort of thing. Anyway, let's go and have a look at normal focus as we walk around 49 area, and probably have to go to spot colour now. I'll talk about this. Yeah, it's starting to get quite interesting in the centre here. I don't know if you can see that. I'm 4 right in the colour grid and 3 notches down in darkness because, as I said, it's overcast, dull day after we had a 37, after they predicted 38. Next week, next Thursday, yes, so they're predicting 41, so it could be 42 sort of thing, you know. But we'll see how we go. And of course that tropical cyclone off WA, that could affect things too, so yeah. Oh, I don't know, it's slightly growing, but look, it's almost like it's gone back a year, I would say, you know, from what it was. Oh, we got some oxalis growing in there, so that's interesting. Another CP related weed, and we got some nut grass starting off. Also, it went very, when I filled it up to the level there the other day when we had the hot day, I said I went round and filled any pot I could actually fill up, I filled up. It seemed to wash through things, so the weight of the water does push things down through the soil profile, sort of thing, so you might want to take note of that sort of thing. Okay. Anyway, so that'll be interesting to look. Had some sort of attack on this one. I don't know what it is. Some bug again. 2 holes in there. Can't win, can you, fellas? Okay. Yeah, this one here, I think is yeah. Oh yeah, it's starting to make some move now. Putting some growth down in there. So that'll be interesting to see what happens down in there. So yeah. Anyway, oh, if I had this like 45 years ago, I would be happy. But yeah, and I flooded this one, and then it sort of took a long time to go down the other day. So yeah, bit of trouble on the top there. Was that burning from the other day? I don't know. These ones, I don't know. That certainly looks like it's stabilised now. So what's all this colour business on these plants? Well, what is controlling the colour? So yeah. So yeah, I don't know. We can work on that, fellas. This one, oh no, it's surviving. It looks like I've got some. No, I've got some sort of bloody insect in there that's, you know, stapled the leaves. Well, yeah, stitched the leaves together, sort of thing. Anyway, new leaf coming out on that one. Still pretty nice. So yeah. Oh yes, you got to take that off, don't we? So yeah. Another one in there, sort of thing. Angles that I can get in there, sort of thing. Oh, different views, different angles. People like, I don't know. Yeah, that one that John Nine says isn't going to do too well, Watkins is going to die. Well, it's still, it's struggling. So yeah. So yeah, we'll see how we go. But they seem to be crapping out in a way, sort of, to a certain extent. So So yeah. Anyway, we'll see how we go. But no colour in this one with the bark chip. So, and the one over there with the bark chip's no coloration. So, what is it? What's the bark chip doing? What's causing the lack of coloration, fellas? So yeah. And as I said, anything that makes the red organism grow well in the bottles seems to be bad in the soil, sort of thing. You know, the iron oxide, the zinc oxide, blah, blah, blah. And the zinc oxide is one of the best ones to growing it in the bottles. And they're the worst in the pots, I think. So there's this sort of, you know, inverse relationship, I think. So we'll see how we go. This one might be coming back. We might get some movement out of this one, but we're running out of weeks in the season, fellas. You know, as I said, we're only like 5 weeks away from the hottest part of the year, and then after that it's all downhill. You know, the season is coming rapidly to an end. You know how quickly our seasons end. You've seen me in the bush. You know, I go out there and I said by the 3rd week of the appropriate month, it's all over Red Rover sort of thing. You know. Yeah, let's have a close up on some of this sort of stuff down there. Oh, I think, are we getting that orangey red organisms that we've seen out in the bush with the black boys, the xanthoids, the grass trees, as you want to call them. So yeah, anyway, we'll see how we go. Oh, it's a start, fellas, it's a start. Anyway, we'll see how we go with the, back to normal area, we'll see how we go with the egg, and yeah, we might actually be starting to count some chickens next week. So we never know. But yeah, I mean, the old cigarette said this was madness. So what's he going to say about the eggs? So do you think by the end of 2018 we'll have him going down the shops buying you know, cartons of eggs? Do you reckon we can do that? Oh, it'll be fun if we can. I just can't believe the growth that you get from the a total substitute for Pete, better than Pete hopefully eventually. So we'll see how we go, but it's taken a lot of work to sort of get to this stage, and you know, you just got to go through the process again and again and again, work out all your levels and stuff like that, you know. And do you see the colour difference between, we'll go over this, go back to spot culling. Can you see, first of all, if I'm on spot culling now, the colour difference between that and that. This can almost go glaucous, but you've noticed this is the thing that grows in the bush. We've been out to the pylon track one. Look up the pylon track. Just punch in, you know, Richard Davian on the YouTube and put probably pylon or something. Just put the word pylon in, or you can always bring up all the A1s. Just punch in Richard Davian and on the YouTube and put A1 in there. I don't think it even has to be in brackets. Put in there and all the A1s will come up, so you get all the titles of all the trips that have been out there. I think it's only in, I've been telling you 780p, but I think they're only 480 actually. But how I got that, whether there was a rejigment or something, you know, 7080p turns into 480 on YouTube, I don't know. A bit like, as I said, I reckon 4K, if I put this back on, 4K is going to turn into be just like twice as good as you know, what I'm doing at the moment. So when I go to 4K, if I get to Sterling ranges and do the Sterling ranges in 4K, yeah. But that would be nice. I might actually sit down with an editing suite if I actually get to the Sterling ranges and get some 4K footage of the Sterling ranges, or just WA in general. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised. But oh geez, I don't know if I'm going to have the cardage. But maybe what you should do is send me 2 cards each. I'll keep one, and I'll send back to you the other one with footage from WA if I get to WA. How about that? You know, so you get to keep whatever other, you know, wild footage on there, and then I'll put some choice stuff on there. I'm not going to hold back, you know. I'll be making one for me, one for you, sort of thing. And if you want to do that, if that helps me get the cardage to do what I want to do, and you get a card of wild plants in WA or something like that, or going through the Sterling ranges looking at sundews. And remember, the thing about the Sterling ranges, you go 500 metres or half a K, and half the vegetation that you were 500 metres in the past is different. If you go like a full K, everything is totally different, and that just keeps happening right through the Sterling ranges. So you might want to think about that. How many new sundews do you think are in the Sterling ranges, given that information? Do you think, has the old flowery walked the whole of the Sterling ranges? Makes you wonder. Is he too old to walk the whole of the Sterling ranges now? That might be interesting. So someone else out there, if you walk the Sterling ranges, might find a few new sundews. Not just one, maybe a few new sundews. You know, every K, everything is totally different. So, you know, the sundew you find, the K behind you, the next K is likely to be totally different. So, yes. According to the rules of the Sterling range, these aren't my rules. These are the rules that they put up there online, out of our country to the rest of the world. So you might want to look up about the Sterling ranges. It's a pretty amazing place. So if we can get out to the Sterling ranges, you know, sometime this year, 2018, in 4K, I think you'll be impressed. But if you want to help me send 2 cards, you know, good enough to do 4K. And I'll do one. I'll keep one for myself, and I'll do that, and I'll send one back to you with some random footage, and everything will be different. So every person will have a different thing, but I think you'll get some surprises, because I said people go to WA and their jaws absolutely drop on the ground. They just cannot believe what it's like over there. And I said I had half my childhood over there, so you know I know, and I spent about 5 years here trying to get the message across, and people, for some reason think kids lie or something, and so they go on this 1 or 2 trips, long service leave thing, and it's sort of, oh God, I should have done this 20 years ago. Oh, I should have believed what you said. And I think, yeah, put it on with the trowel, It's so bad, you must feel like, here's a bitch slap, and I want to knock a few teeth out because it was that bad, I mean, 5 years trying to get the message across, and no one would believe you, because I think for some strange reason, children just lie for some reason. I don't know. I never knew that with my friends. They never lied to me, sort of thing. So, they're telling me porkies for every single sentence of every single day. I doubt it. Anyway, we'll see how we go, and I think we're going to get a few surprises, and I think we're going to start counting a few chickens these coming weeks, and it's just going to go absolutely apoplectic or something, I think we just won't have enough hours, enough days in the week, enough weeks in the month to actually, try and go back 45 years to, year dot back to the egg sort of thing, and, carry on forward. Where CP should have been, there should have been a book in the library, the Bentley Library over in Perth, WA, and I could have just pulled it off the shelf and been able to grow really good, decent plants, at least this sort of quality and onward sort of thing. But no, there was no book there. It was only like Tropica and Exotica and a few other things. That's about it, really. It was before